Welcome to episode number 20, everyone. As you could tell, this episode's right after episode 19, as I still have this heartbreaking loss on my screen. But it doesn't have to be like that. I'm going to change things, and next game, I'm going to get a win. I need this. With that in mind, I'm going to take this game maybe even a little bit slower in the early game, and just thinking out my moves a little bit deeper, and going back to basics of just talking it out and using the fundamentals. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I'm white. I always like to just play King's Pawn. It is what it is. Nice and simple. Let me develop on my pieces, get my king to safety, make sure that things are reinforced defensively. I'm okay with this. The last game, this guy did something that not many people do. And I'm like, I'm okay with it, but was it last game or the other game? I can't remember. Let me not dwell on that actually then. This gives me a great opportunity here, but I'm not going to take it quite yet. I want to get my dark square bishop out. And okay, let me think, right? So if I move here, he takes my knight, my king's not in check or anything crazy. But he takes my knight, I take his queen. Or he just takes my thing, I take that. Or if I move here, he just takes my bishop, I take his queen. And he takes this and this. I think either way we come out equal. And I'm just trying to see if he's either gonna move pieces back or do the similar thing so he can still develop out his pieces. I just, maybe I don't have to opt for either of that. Maybe I could play at my own pace, but no, let's do it. If he wants to get funky, I'll get funky right there with him. Abdul Raham Magdi, 13799. That's a long name, bro. With the numbers on it and everything. I respect it. If people ever lose a game to this guy, they're going to remember him 100%. Okay, I got to keep my focus in. So he's probably analyzing what he could do here, right? Obviously his queen's being threatened. So he took, kind of expected. And if I recapture here, then I just lose this. So I kind of have to do this. And wait, I'm not up on this. I'm not up on this at all. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? I'm not up on this literally at all. This is not a fair exchange. I thought I ran the numbers, but the numbers lied. You hate to see it. I guess it is what it is. As long as he didn't do that, then I was going to be in the clear to make an aggressive move here, but let me go ahead and castle my pieces up. I'm going to try and see if I can force the issue here on something. Okay, I got a pawn. We're gonna see if I can make his king dance, you know? We're gonna see if I can make his king dance. If he doesn't move it here, I just take that, okay? But he did opt to do that, which makes sense. And sometimes it's not the immediate rush moves you have to be looking for, right? So let me make sure. Oh, I just gave up this pawn. Yeah, I just gave up that pawn. I guess he didn't go for it, which is okay by me. Oh, because I see. If he takes this, well, not really, because it's reinforced. So if anything, I think I'm still in the clear here. Now I forced this knight out. He can try and take this, but right now if he takes, I take, then he takes, then I recapture, and I come out on top. And now my math is right, all right? There's no way my math is wrong on this one. I'm like 30,000% sure on that. And now I'm in a pretty good position, I think. Let's think though. If he takes here, he could put pressure here. Kind of, not really, maybe on some of these spots, but honestly, I think I'm all right. If I move here though, he'll just take, and I can't really move this out of the way. I can go to kick this, and to be honest, I don't think this is the worst move. It's not like I think any like imminent threat is coming from this side to where I'm gonna be threatened on getting mated. Okay, so before he was here, he was backing this one up. He was backing his knight up on e4. Now his knight on e4 is weak, which means I can look to pressure it here. I can look to pressure it here, and he can move it. Okay, oh, that's not good, because now, okay, today is not my day for chess, I'll be honest. Like, I'm struggling super hard to make anything effective happen. And I'm not really thinking my moves out well. And you can just see it happening in real time. I'm trying not to get like demoralized, but I'll be honest, it's kind of hard not to get demoralized in this situation because I'm just having really bad games. But I guess life is like this. Like sometimes it just happens. And what can you really do, you know? I think the best thing for me to do is try and outmaneuver him with my knight while trying to find a way for this pawn to get promoted. But because at least right now, he can't really ever take with his king here. Just because like my rook is backing it up. But at the same time, let me try this. And if he moves rook here to maybe get my knight off, I'll just drop it here. Then I could move it here. Maybe here was the play, but I think that's fine for me not to. Also don't want his rook to get any funky ideas of what he can and can't do here. Let's go ahead and get the bishop away while starting to put pressure on opening up for some cool plays with my knight and rook. I think I just get to clear space here for this pawn as well. That's a bit of the goal, I'll be honest. I can go straight there, but yeah, I might go ahead and just clear it away. And this other rook is just not in the game. Only downside is I can't get this bishop off right now. And that's not going to be effective because it's still going to create the same problem of not being able to get here. My knight can't get to it her either. Let's see. Maybe there's a puzzle here. I feel like I should be working with these pawns, to be honest, instead of trying to force something. But regardless, at least now I can get that pawn and open up here for the ability to check his king. But before I do that, let me make sure that there's nothing better I could do. Yeah, I don't really think there is. And So for anybody that plays puzzles on chess.com, you know, like whenever you're putting the king in check, sometimes how it has like the individual pieces dropping down to try and block, but then you're just like taking them out one by one. I wish that was the case just now. Clearly it's not, but I wish. Okay. They can start trying to put checks on my king, but it's going to be hard when this rook is blocked on this file. So, for example here, this might not be the best thing to do because he could end up taking my knight. But right now, I can just move my king up and not be in like the most danger. Now, if he slides his rook over, okay, it's problems. But how bad of problems, you know? Because then I can move this up, put his king in check. His king would only be able to go down. And then I think I have mate here. So we'll see. I might have actually slithered my way out of this game, but it's going to be a tough one. If he does not put my king in check here, or if he does not reinforce like his pieces, I think he's looking for ways that I could also mate him. And if my opponent finds it, maybe I should be planning for like contingencies, right? I shouldn't just be relying on my opponent not saying things. I think that might be a good learning moment here. So let's assume my opponent sees that I could play here. King check, can't do anything about it, has to go down. Rook slides and mates him. He wouldn't be mated either, because actually he could just take, he can't take that because of the rook, but he could escape out here. And okay, it did opt for some funky play here, but the only thing is now, by doing that, my opponent gave me the opportunity to not have... How was my king... Okay, what was I worried about before? Right? What was I worried about before? Oh, yeah. I see. So now I can actually go here. Because now the bishop's not over there with the rook here, forcing me off because I couldn't capture it and taking the knight. And if he abandons his bishop, I just take the rook. Or do I still play out some of these moves? I think I still play out some of these moves, honestly. I put the king in check there. He drops down. I can still at least win some pawns. And if his king decides to take here, or if his bishop takes there, I'll just... Okay. I might have swung this game back around in my favor, but I have a minute 28. This is the only thing that's tough. I have to really play smart about this now.
A few moments later.
The king cannot take my knight here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I did that.
I have to really play smart about this now.
It was really just the time pressure, like trying to think of ways to go ahead and get around here. Because in my head, I'm thinking I kind of need a mate. And I think that just got to me a little bit, admittedly. But the way I see this happening is eventually we force a rook trade over here with his king capturing after his rook gets taken. And if that's the case, then I'm going to start maneuvering my king over here to help these pawns progress, turn into a queen, try and get the mate off in under a minute. That's my game time prediction on what's going to happen here. We'll see if that actually goes as planned, but... According to plan. Or was that a bad move? His king can't move here. He can move there. I forced the draw. I forced the draw. I guess a draw is better than a loss, but you know what? Forcing a draw and stalemate with 46 seconds left against 3 minutes, even though I was up a pawn and definitely could have made better moves, I think, it was hard to actually think of moves in that timing. Like, I blundered the knight for sure, but I'm going to take this as a win. I'm going to take this as a win, especially with all the games I've been losing today. I'm going to take this as a win. If you all enjoyed the episode, no matter how funky as it got, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and drop a comment on anything that was interesting to you about this game, because there was a lot of key moments that were just like, what just happened? But I guess without further ado, I'll see you all next time. Peace.